Alright, this video is dedicated for Omar Rahman de Jesus, amazing dancing choreographer. We're going to do a shoulder health and scapula strengthening and mobility series. Half the times when we're training so much, we forget that the shoulder is a 360 joint, and the muscles within there can move in every single range of motion. And because of that freedom and accessibility that we have, it's very easy for it to get injured. So I'm a firm believer of always being ready to strengthen and mobilize before even getting into a position in the first place. So I'm really huge on doing the rehab and the prehab, even if I'm not injured. And actually I've never been injured because I always take such meticulous steps to my training and any endeavor that I may have for any competition or whatever it may be. So I hope that these drills help you out, my brother, and I hope that you have a nice and speedy recovery. And this is, also for anybody that has tight shoulders or shoulder pain that may be very tight or just annoying, so this is to fix that. So let's get right into it. You're gonna need some pieces of equipment, but like a resistant band, a ball, but if you have access to a floor or a wall, we can also use some drills for that as well. And I will have a description of how many reps and sets you should use these for. All right, enjoy the video, guys. Thanks. Alright, so let's get right into it. I'm going to perform floor slides here. And this one is a very great tactic that you can do to promote thoracic mobility and help out with your shoulder range of motion. And what I'm showing here is an anterior pelvic tilt, posterior pelvic tilt, to keep that low back firmly pressed on the ground. Make sure that there's no space in between your back and the floor. This is a very good exercise to use, and if sliding your arms up against the floor is a bit of an issue, you can use weight plates like I have here, or you can even have a partner assist you by pulling on your wrist and aiding you to drag and slide your hands and wrists up against the floor. So these are floor slides, and these are 5-pound plates that I have. 2.5-pound plates are also a good tool to use. Another good thing you can do is have yoga blocks and firmly press your fist on them, and that'll generate some pretty good tension, and you can hold that tension for like 10 seconds. It's a pretty awesome technique to use, and then try floor slides after that. This here is the chicken wing, and the chicken wing is actually a really cool exercise. You want to aim for greater range of motion each and every single time you go for reps, and the chicken wing, you'll even feel your chest opening up. And now we go to the I, the Y, the T, and the W. Fantastic drill here that you can use with dumbbells as well. This will help promote scapular health and your shoulder health. You'll attack some of the rear delts. And it's just a great, fantastic exercise to add to your repertoire. Take note that you can actually use all of these movements that I'm showing you throughout this whole video as a means of a exercise day in and of itself, a workout day. This is just another one, eagle wings. Very great way to work the back of your shoulders here. And now we're gonna go into the stretch and the release series. Now here in particular, what I got going on is just basically using this Swiss ball here, and you can even use, you can use a bed post. You can use a chair. The purpose is that you're going to attempt a mini push-up and have your arm at about a 90-degree angle on top of said surface, and you'll feel your inner chest explode in a way. It's not in a bad way. It just feels like it's like getting a really deep stretch, and it's awesome. This one here is cactus arms. Essentially, you will have your hips nice and high in a bridge position. And what this will promote is good internal rotation of your shoulders. Here we go with pendulum swings, 15-pound kettlebell. And all I'm doing is drawing circles. That's all I'm doing. And I am just letting it loose. I'm letting it hang loose. I'm not gripping it tight. You let it go, and like essentially your shoulders are getting a nice release from all the tension that's built up from exercising or dancing or whatever it may be. and your lats will also get a good stretch and release at the same exact time. So pendulum swings. Now we're going to go into the TheraBand sequence, and 20 to 50 repetitions may sound really high, but it is awesome for optimal blood flow, especially when you're injured. If you're not injured, then 10 to 15 reps should suffice. Here we work with internal and external rotation of a TheraBand here. Now my tension isn't that high. This is just for demonstrational purposes only. And I'll show you another side from here. You can do this also by having a towel underneath your armpit to ensure that your elbow is nice and tight. So now here we go into some band pulls. I'm showing you here to make sure that you want your pelvis to be nice and tucked in, and you don't want your shoulders to round. And here what we're doing is an isometric hold. I just hold it for a good few seconds. You want to aim for at least maybe 20. And then I work with some rotations, clockwise, counterclockwise, about 10 seconds. You can also do 20 reps. And now I'm going to show you here 45 lateral degree raise. This one I like very much, and there's no need to go very heavy on this one. Take your time, be gentle with it. You're attacking certain parts of your shoulder that aren't normally hit during exercises. So we're doing this lateral raise here, which is a great way to attack your shoulder from a side point of view. Now you can't really see what I'm doing here too well, but what I'm doing is called a shoulder distraction, where the movement isn't coming from my arm bending. My elbow's not bending at all. I'm not doing any bent arm strength. It's my scapula and my lats that's creating the circle. You don't want to turn this into a resistance training exercise, like something really intense. You just want to have gentle circles, and don't pull the band with your hand. You just pull it using your shoulders and your scapula. Alright, so now we're going to come into another exercise here with the TheraBand, which I like this one very much so. I am essentially going to do T-band pulls, and you'll see what that is. My arms are in a T position, and I just do rotations. I keep my shoulders behind my ears, and this one is phenomenal. And then I hold the stretch after moving for about 10 seconds. You notice that I open up even more here. Again, you can also have a friend help you. Let's say you didn't have a TheraBand, you can have a friend hold your arms back and let them guide you with gentle rotations. And then we're in regards to the stretch, you can basically have your arms in that T position trying to go forward while your friend holds you back gently for about 5 to 10 seconds, and that'll give you a PNF stretch, so stretching against resistance in a way. And now here all I'm doing is wall rotations. This is the same exact thing that I did with the TheraBand in regards to internal external rotation. I am basically just putting pressure up against the wall, and I'm turning towards it and away from it. And that's all there is to the wall rotation. This one I like very much so, especially if you don't have any equipment. And now I'm coming to another segment here with the Swiss ball and the TheraBand. We're gonna do cactus arms, but with a resistant band in our hands, and making sure that the hips are nice and engaged and that they're not on the ball, to help fire your glutes. So again, this helps with internal rotation, and the rotator cuffs will get a nice strengthening component towards this exercise. Again, you want to go high with repetition here. And don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe.